Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. All right, well, I'm out here at the river trails, cruising. So I guess we'll start off with the Cowboys. I thought it was a good win. I thought Dak played his best game of the season. He missed a couple throws still that should have been touchdowns. But other than that, I thought he played very well. As a team as a whole, they just played a lot better. They tried to throw the game away with penalties and blunders, but they were able to hang on and get a good win. So this week's the bye week. They got no game. And then next they play the Rams at home. So good win. All right, let's just talk briefly about the Texas Rangers, because I haven't mentioned anything about what they're doing. Although they did lose last night, and Houston's now down 2-1. Now, unfortunately, Houston has not played very well at home all year, and they played great on the road. I was worried about when the Rangers won the first 2 games on the road that, you know, that's kind of Houston's MO. Play bad at home and play well on the road. So let's hope the Rangers can get a couple more games and get to the World Series. So a lot of people often ask me, would I rather see the Rangers win the World Series or the Cowboys win another Super Bowl? And that's pretty easy, actually. I mean, the Rangers have never won a World Series, so of course I would rather see the Rangers win the World Series. But I want both, so I would like to see both again before I leave the planet. You know, there's a big difference between the Cowboys and the Rangers here. We expect the Cowboys to be good every year, and the Rangers, we hope they're good. I'm very surprised that the team is doing as well as it is doing after the season they had last year. But it's good to see. Hopefully they can continue to play well and get past Houston and get to the World Series and finally win one. All right, well, let's talk about some stuff with the channel. The Electrify Expo Austin is coming up in November. I'm going to be going down to that. So I'll be doing a lot of test riding of e-bikes. I'll be doing a lot of videos of the bikes, a lot of the videos of the rides. Whatever manufacturers might want to talk, we'll see. Interviews aren't really my thing, but we'll see. But I'm looking forward to going down and looking at all the new stuff that's coming out for 2024 and for the end of the 2023 season. So, you know, remember, in Texas, we don't put our bikes up here for the winter. We just put them in the garage for a few days when it's cold. Get them back out once it warms back up like it does here. So there are no putting your bikes up here. Let's talk about Little Smokey. Little Smokey's the little mourning dove. Little Smokey has gone through a molt. Oh my God, y'all. Holy cow. We're talking about thousands of feathers that bird has. Literally thousands. Some of them are just itty bitty. And he sheds every one of them. And there's a lot of dust. A lot of feather dust. I mean, it was way worse than when he was growing from a baby, from a hatchling. You know, because he was growing feathers, not losing them. So there was the dust, but there wasn't the feathers. This time there was the dust and feathers. He's doing real well. He's starting to coo quite a bit, especially if I leave the room he's in, go to another room, he'll start cooing. It's definitely a male. He's got the bluish cap and he's got the darker coloration of the male mourning dove, and females don't coo. So he is, I have a video of him cooing. I'm gonna post it. He's doing real well. He's you know, he looks like a full-grown adult male mourning dove. So what else is going on? Oh, we have a patient in the house. Yeah. Unfortunately, in my neighborhood, or in my city, we have a feral cat problem. You know, my city doesn't have a TNR program. They put that on us. And then the other problem is that we have a lot of rental properties in our city. And so you get a lot of people who come in and they just don't really care. You know, they get a pet, they don't spay and neuter it, especially cats. And over really a 10-15 year period now, you know, we've gotten a problem in our neighborhoods. You know, what'll end up happening is you'll get a couple established males. They'll fight constantly. The kittens that are born that stay feral, a lot of times what happens is these females will have their kittens in somebody's garage or in their backyard, in their shed, and we'll find them, you know, and you'll be able to tame them down, no problem, because they're so small. You know, the female may not come to you, but you know, the babies, you know, there's that age of kittens. If you can get them before 8 weeks old, you can tame them pretty quick. After that, it's tougher. And unfortunately, this kitten was probably about 12 weeks old. Right around that, I'm thinking. And, you know, the other thing, I physically caught him myself by hand. And y'all are probably thinking, how the hell did you do that at 12 weeks old? Well, I saw him in the garage on my surveillance camera, and I closed the door on him, and then I had to go out there and catch him. But let me tell y'all, if we don't do this, the females stay in the neighborhood, and these particular kittens are living in the gutter. They're not kittens that we were able to catch early. And they've just got, as they get older, they're getting more and more skittish of people. You know, there was a month ago, I could stand at the door and they'd eat food and they wouldn't run off. Now, a month later, they're running off when I come to the door. They're just, as they get older, they get, you know, they get more skittish of people. So the plan is to try to tame Tobias down and then find him a foster home or find him a forever adoption home. He's a beautiful kitten. You know, his father's an all blonde male, big, and his mother was gray, and so he's kind of got like a tabby blonde and gray pattern. He's a beautiful little kitten. He's not he's letting me pet him. He doesn't really like to be held, but he lets me do it. He is still running from us. He Halloween cat the wife last night when she tried to go up to him and approach him, which was kind of funny actually, since it's almost Halloween. And we both laughed to watch a little kitten do Halloween cat. But he's not doing that to me. He's not. He was still trying to kind of smack me, but he wasn't doing it with a claw. He was doing it with a closed claw. Believe me, y'all, when I first had to go out and catch him, he tore me up. I mean, it was a fight. He did not want to be caught, and he bit me, and he scratched me, and he tore my hands up. I was quite bloody, and he was quite bloody too from my blood. He has gotten a bath. I bathed him the very next day after I caught him. You know, if you can get him by the back of the neck and pick him up by there, he just goes into that catatonic. He just melts down, right? You know, goes into a limp state. So you know, we still got to catch. I'm pretty sure there's another male, and then the other one's a female. And the reason I think the other one's a male is it's a lot bigger than the other one. This looks more like a male. So me and my neighbor are trying to catch the female. She's been trying to catch him too. My neighbor has adopted 9 of these neighborhood cats, and she's got a variety of cats in different colors, from just patchy cats that are just orange patched on black. And I mean, some of the kittens that these cats make, because you know, of the different colorations of the cats, they're quite beautiful. You know, one of these kittens has like a clouded leopard pattern, the male, the other little male. It is very beautiful. And then the other one's kind of got like a calico, patchy calico mix to her, the female. You know, the cat y'all see occasionally in the video, Sylvester, that poor cat got dumped in our neighborhood in a crate with a blanket over it, a couple houses down from mine. And he was neutered and had his left ear clipped, and he is not a feral cat. He came out of that crate. Of course, he freaked out and ran off, but it wasn't a couple months later, my wife's picking him up and carrying him around the neighborhood. He's friendly with dogs. I don't think that cat was ever feral. And the vet didn't, when they dumped him, the vet didn't think he was but about a year old by his teeth. So, you know, there's some cruel people out there doing that to him, because I think what they did is they took him and had him neutered and told him to clip his ears, and then they just dumped him. This was just before the pandemic hit, like in February of 2020. So, you know, that poor cat, he's been attacked by coyotes. That's when me and the wife decided we'd just go ahead and bring him in at night. So I got to go out every evening and catch him, which some evenings it's harder than others. Some evenings he comes right in the house, and some evenings he plays hard to get, tries to hide under the vehicles. Just go out and start one of them, and he gets out from under them. But he's lucky to be alive. The coyotes tore his ass up from both ends, from the ass end and the front end. Looked like they got a hold of him and were playing tug of war with him. So, but he survived it. He's doing good. I am really looking forward to going to Austin in November and checking out all the new toys. So, should be a lot of fun. Should be a good time down there. It's going to be at the Circuit de Americas, the racetrack. I haven't been there either. I've been by there, I haven't been there. I should have been out there by now for a MotoGP race, but haven't been. A buddy of mine went out there and said the problem with that out there is that you can only see certain parts of the track. The rest of it's blind. I was like, well, I don't want to go watch a blind race. I mean, you can watch the MotoGP races every weekend on CNBC or on CBS, or NBC. So, one of the two have them on every week. Yeah, I used to be a big superbike guy myself. I used to be all I rode was superbikes. I've had some nice super bikes, but I'm just too old to ride them now. I can't do it anymore. That riding position in my hip on my right side, just can't do it. But I still like to go out occasionally on a super bike and go for a short ride. Looking forward to seeing all the new toys. Look at all the cormorants down there. Well, everybody. Oh, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the M15 and F23. I see that they still have a lot of courtship going on. I saw he brought her some food. She gladly took it and flew off with it. So a lot of the stuff we're seeing is just courtship stuff, pre-mating. A lot of stuff we don't normally get to see, so it's kind of cool to get to watch it. So, I look forward to seeing the two of them. Hopefully they have a successful season. Like I've said before, that it looks like they are definitely bonded. So just got to hope nothing bad happens, and hopefully, like I've said, they have a successful hunting season with the babies and both babies survive. You'll remember, y'all, bald eagles are no different than other raptors. They can be difficult to watch. There were times last year, early after Harriet went missing, that, as we all know, that it was difficult to watch. E21 was hogging a lot of the food early, and there were some difficult days for E22. It was hard to watch some of those days. So hopefully we don't go through any of that. with 2 parents, and in that area, they should have a really good season. I mean, Em did a great job last year with hunting, so for just the 2 of them. You know, every time it looked like that there was going to be, that was either a beaver or a nutrient down there. Every time it looked like that, you know, 22 was in trouble, Em would have just a monster hunting day the next day. So, and just, you know, turn everything around. All the stuff that was looking like it was going to be bad news for 22, it would just turn right around for him. And he'd have a great day, food day. So, hopefully we don't see that this year. Hopefully we just see a consistent, you know, pair of babies being fed and thriving. So, well, y'all, that's going to do it for this week's video. Like I said, no Cowboy game this week, so they have the bye week, and then they play the Rams next. They're really not where I thought they'd be at this point. I thought they'd be 5-1. The Cardinal game was an unexpected loss. I thought their losses would come later in the season. And you know, now this Rams game here in 2 weeks is looking like it's going to be a tough game. They're playing well. So, but anyway, everybody, leave me a like, please subscribe, and leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all think of Em's new gal. Y'all take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next ride.